Hey, Mike Healy here. Thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to watch this video. This is going to be a New You Life product video. Basically, I'm going to go over and give you some bullet points. I'm going to show you some cool stuff that I found while I was doing my own research. Maybe it'll help you to kind of make a decision if this is something you'd be interested in or not. Now, just real quick, background on myself. I'm 50 years old and definitely have seen the effects of aging, to say the least. I used to be, I used to bodybuild. I still, work out a lot and stuff like that. I used to do cage fighting, MMA, stuff like that. Love it, awesome. But I have noticed that the recovery is way longer than it used to be. Now, the other thing is I never took drugs of any kind. I didn't take testosterone or, any other kind of real, any of the stuff that you would have to go get a prescription for or illegally use. And most of my friends my age, we've been talking about, what can we do? Because obviously the aches and pains are really kicking in. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you to my computer. I'm gonna show you kind of the things that when I was doing my own research, that might help you to kind of make this decision. Now, again, this isn't you should do your own research. You shouldn't take a lot of people's word for it out there. Obviously, there's a lot of people that'll hype stuff up just because they're gonna try to make a buck on it. But I'm gonna just show you a couple resources you can look at to see if it might be something for you or not. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna try to keep this under a few minutes, but I think you're gonna like what I show you. And again, I'm gonna click over to my computer and show you this. Now, first and foremost, let's jump over here. The company's called New You Life. This is basically a company that's been using this or selling this product now for going on about 7 years. But they just recently are using a direct selling model to get this out more mainstream. Obviously, you can get a lot more people out there to use a product like this through direct selling. It's one of the fastest business models on the planet. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of products are sold through it every single year. So this is a really, really great thing. Now, before we go into this, I want to show you something, because if you're not familiar with it, if you're not familiar with the benefits of growth hormone, you can actually go do some Google searches. Like I did a Google search on the Dr. Oz show, and there's a nice little video on here that you can watch, and he explains exactly what human growth hormone is, how it kind of benefits you, what its purpose is in your body, how it declines as you age, and so on. Another great one I found was on the benefits of human growth hormone through Dr. Axe. If you're not familiar with him, I like his site. He's got a lot of good stuff on there, mostly homeopathic as well. Now, the funny thing was, I then went and did another research site. I was like, because you hear these things and you look them up and stuff like that, but I typed in celebrities on HGH, and it was kind of funny, the pictures and images that came up. Obviously, some of these guys, I'm not saying that they're on anything, but some of these kind of before and afters are pretty alarming, to say the least. So it's kind of cool. The other thing is, you more than likely, if you're a guy or you've been on a plane or you've opened up some of the Sky Mall stuff, I remember seeing these and definitely getting hit up on videos, is this book called The Life Plan. Okay, this Life Plan, this is basically a gentleman, Jeffrey, that went out there and he, the guy's like in his late 60s, early 70s or something. It's pretty ridiculous. This guy was using the synthetic growth hormones, from what I understand. You can read his story and stuff like that. But the reason I want you to see this is, if you actually do a Google search on HGH, it's pretty substantial of the millions of hits monthly of people that are looking for it. Because right now there's a huge trend in anti-aging, useful things. They're actually calling aging a disease, almost, is what they're labeling it at, okay? Now, the other thing that got my attention and why I really was excited about this is I actually, if you look right here, intermittent fasting and growth hormone, okay? And what I did was I actually started intermittent fasting a couple months ago because I started reading the benefits at it. I've been one of those guys that's eaten, 6 meals a day for the last 25 years or whatever, and just didn't really notice any change. And I was looking to change something up, so I tried intermittent fasting, which I know has definitely worked for me. It's just made me, created a better lifestyle. But the cool part was, as I started doing this, and I found out that intermittent fasting started helping to increase your testosterone, and more importantly, natural growth hormone. Now, let's get back over here real quick to the New You Life site. Now, what's cool about it is I'm going to go right to the details of this page. On the details page, you can go there. If you go to somebody's site, you can see that it's a somaderm, I think that's how you pronounce that, gel. This is actually the only transdermal, meaning you rub it on your skin, like on the thin parts, like your wrists, your inner elbows, underneath your arms, behind your knees. You could probably put it here anywhere that it's got a thin layer of skin that's still got a lot of blood flow, because it's a transdermal thing. Now this, from what I understand, is the only FDA registered transdermal gel out there with actually the actual somatrope in it, which is pretty significant, because that's really what it is. Now, truth be told, I think that it's important to realize, if you're like a bodybuilder or something like this, you're not going to be able to take a couple months supply of this and bench 400 if you're only in the 200 range. You'd probably have to soak in a tub of this stuff for years or something like that, because this is microdosing, okay? So with microdosing, it's obviously exactly what it means. It's minute. Now and again, you wouldn't want to be putting this stuff all over 20 times a day on there, because I'm sure that's not going to be good for you as well. And follow the guidelines that they specifically tell you. Talk with some of the other people. And again, I'm not a licensed physician or anything like that. Check with a doctor or something to get their advice on how they would administer it if they were in your shoes. But the cool thing is this is the first of its kind, over the counter basically, so you don't have to have a prescription to get this gel. If you go on here and look at what the expected benefits are on it, I think this is really, really important. You can click on here and look at these. Improved stamina, increased energy, improved sleep. And again, these are not guarantees. These are things that they have found through testing, over the years, that a lot of people have talked about of increased growth hormone. It doesn't mean that this product is doing that for you. So that's kind of my disclaimer there, but you just have to understand that, okay? But you can go in here and look at all of these different things, where they're going, growth hormone or growth and everything. In fact, I'm going to go back to the Dr. Axe website real quick, because I wanted to show you these that they're talking about, because obviously this is what we're talking about. Is it's increased muscle strength, better fracture healing, so if you got any kind of bone loss or bone damage, enhanced weight loss, stronger bones, reduced cardiovascular disease risk. I must get past that big image. Improved erectile dysfunction, only in men, obviously. Decreased obesity, better mood and cognitive function, and better sleep, okay? Now, the thing to remember is, the reason when you're a youngster is typically that you can just about eat anything you want and really don't have any major side effects, like getting overweight and so on. Typically you have a pretty large, robust pituitary gland that's kicking out that growth hormone that's got everything working at its highest peak level. And anytime you can kind of get an advantage from a natural standpoint, or a fairly safe standpoint, I think it's a really cool thing. So, you're going to have to just make your own decision on this. I just wanted to throw this together. Last thing, this was something you can take a look at. There's a website out there called thisgelworks.com. Thisgelworks.com. You can go through here, and if you scroll down, I'd recommend that you watch the video. This video is also the video that's on the corporate site that I just showed you, as well as checking out these testimonies. I went and actually did some screenshots and some image shots of the stuff that people have out there publicly that they're sharing, of people that are using the gel. And again, this is not me putting this out there that this product will do anything for you. Again, everybody's results are different, and you're going to have to check back with these people individually. But it's kind of cool to see these things. I thought this was a pretty amazing thing here, right? That one right there. That's just incredible. You can read what he said. 6 week enough said. Boom, boom, boom. Pretty amazing. You got people that are talking about their hair. They're getting leaner, things like that. This one was pretty incredible photo before now, 4 weeks. Those are some visible benefits. Here's another one here that I thought was really good. That's just, that's about a month's period right there. That's pretty incredible. I would imagine some of these people probably tweak their diet a little bit, but again, really, really cool results to see that. And obviously some more, you can see the results. The thing is all these results are really starting to kick out there. You can start seeing them out there. I would recommend that if you are in the company, do not, if you're going to put testimonies out there, do not put the name of the company in there. Maybe just say, hey, if you want information, inbox me privately or call me on the phone, things like that. because again, you don't want to jeopardize the company. You don't want to jeopardize people out there being goofballs about over making outlandish claims. It's not going to do you any good. You're going to kill the goose that's laying the golden egg if you do stuff like that. So anyhow, went a few minutes longer than I thought I was going to. But hey, I'd love to have you share this video, comment below, tell us you got testimonies, put them down below. That'd be great to get this under this video so more and more people can see this information and so on. Share the video, like it, subscribe to my channel. You can get some more information on anything you need. And thanks again. And if you'll do today what others won't, you will live tomorrow like others can't. Thanks. My name is Mike Healy, and I'll see you at the top.